Hey guys, my name is Bloodbound696. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a part B of the video that I posted. Also, side note, the interactive Tradingview post that I put, basically, it was the same exact post. It was just, so for people who are not really interested in looking into 10 plus minute video, can just check out kind of the cliff notes of that and just get an idea what's going on. And I kind of want to do that also with this video as well. So I don't want to get like too deep. This is just like a small recap. It is almost 3 a.m. for me doing this video. Um, so I'm not doing myself any favors here. I just want to point out some updates because I was curious. Happy New Year's, everybody! And I was curious what the new day was gonna be like. What price action we were gonna get. Kind of hit it in the night here where I am. And just kind of recap here, my previous video basically was mentioning that I think there is a diamond right here forming. It is a diamond that I have not confirmed. I need 1 day, 19 hours to confirm the lines that I need to confirm. To do that, I usually draw patterns on open and closes of candles in line because they're easier to see rather than rectangles with tails or wicks, if you want to call it that. Something that what I mentioned also was that I mentioned there was potentiality for a hidden bullish divergence on the monthly, and I'm glad to announce that we do have that valid. So I'm very happy for that. I think that it helps for an optimistic month. Again, that does not mean that the price will not drop just because that divergence is there. We do have again some horizontal and slanted support to support, I guess protection from us going down, but it really isn't that much. We have more resistance, if you will, up top than we do at the bottom. Like if we fall, it's basically a free fall, and if we try to go up, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Either way, right? Um, but yeah, we have that. I also want to mention, speaking of divergence, something that I recently found is that we could potentially get regular bullish divergence on the weekly here. This is I'm a little conflictive on this because I almost rather it don't. Essentially, the seven here, this point where we are right now, 47,270. Um, could go lower. And I don't think that the RSI is going to draw low enough to nullify that idea, and it could turn into bullish divergence. So essentially, the week over would be an optimistic week per se, which is kind of odd because if it would do that, it would break, at least in terms of opens and closes, it would absolutely it would just, by validation, by my drawing, it would close out of structure, but the next week over it would supposedly recover. So it's, I don't know how much it would recover. It could recover like half, um, which is really seems like another accumulation waiting to happen, like at the edge of whatever this is. um, but it would be odd if that would happen, but it's a possibility. So if you don't give a damn about the diamond per se, and you're like you want to do like a daily scalp, if you will, and there's that divergence there, most likely the immediate 3-4 days after that will probably be green days if that were to occur. So I just wanted to point that out, just to be attentive of that if that were to happen, right? um, for me, it's oddly not useful for what I want. Of course, the market doesn't care about what I want, right? And I'm not trying to force something that's not there. So, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Um, I also wanted to mention, um, back to my drawings here. I know I got a lot going on. I got the whole rainbow here. I have two diamonds here, and it's not because there are two diamonds or I used the wicks or something like that. This is just because number of candles and stuff like that, and opens and closes, do not express themselves kind of properly. So the orange diamond is really just kind of for me, for the daily, and I try to use as kind of the healthiest angles and positions possible to support this idea on the daily. And if I delete this temporarily and I go to weekly, we can see that that is the diamond that I was trying to finish, if you will. Um, these two curved lines was me just drawing on the daily, an accumulation. Um, like this is what I'm talking about, soft patterns, right? Like kind of seeing the interactions between these kinds of moments. This from here to here is kind of a stretch. Like literally, this line is basically useless, but I have it there just for reference, just in case. If it pops up and it respects anything. I do have a line that is completely straight, which ironically is more valid than the one on top. But I find it curious, this one at the bottom, to see essentially what could happen. I could pull this lower, but I don't want to. I just kind of want to see how it plays out. But I'm probably going to delete that soon, just because it doesn't really doesn't really seem like it's helping much per se. Um, in another scenario, yeah, I've seen it occur, but this one not so much. So don't really worry about that. That's just me messing around, seeing what fits, what doesn't. But anyway, let me Control Z back to what I had myself here. There we go. Um, so yeah, we're getting closer here to this weekly changing, and ironically, I have these huge, huge, huge patterns, these triangles, and we're reaching an apex on every single point. I mean, whether this be a diamond or not, this is turning into an apex, right? There, I mean, there's accumulations going on here. There was daily TTM squeeze that fired a couple days ago. This is slowly coming out of the structure, um, and potentially, I don't, who knows if it's going to do this, or is it going to do something like this? I have no idea. Again, I said one of the most important things, assuming that this diamond is even valid, yet, of course, is direction, and I still don't have that yet. Usually, I would look for the TTM squeeze here, but it doesn't look that great. Now, it doesn't look awful because I see that there's a little bit of curving going along here, but it's not really perfect. Plus, um, there is also no squeezes on the TTM for the monthly or the weekly, so I'm kind of just blind still for the moment. But I am excited to see kind of what's going on. Um, and we're coming to kind of a close here in a day, 19 hours, and I'm really curious what the next week is going to look like. To be completely honest with you, I'm going to be experimenting a little bit on the sidelines with some of the other indicators and stuff like that, just to see what they see, which are not ones that I have showcased yet on any of my videos, because I only posted one, of course. Um, but yeah, there's definitely something going on here. There's definitely some kind of accumulation going on here, and the MAs are going kind of nuts. So we'll see where this goes. This is just a passive update, not that big a deal. I guess conclusions are that watch out for that weekly bullish divergence if it happens. Um, T to sequential kind of stay the same. Nothing has really changed. There's no A13, which is kind of sad, but whatever. I still think that there's a boom coming, whether we have that A13 or not, one way or another, right, in terms of direction. We have confirmed hidden bullish divergence on the monthly. We are a little bit away from confirming whether this be a diamond or not, or just a simple, just like ginormous triangle, and it's waiting just to pop some direction, more or less. And we do have some areas of volume wells to touch base off. Like, say this isn't a diamond and it just pops up for whatever. Stop one would be at 53,715, followed by 56,588, followed by 58,688, followed by 61,008, followed by 64,655, and a couple areas about here. If it goes up higher, well, there's really no rules up there besides lines that have been created through these different peaks that are kind of like pointing upwards, essentially slanted lines that point upwards will kind of determine sell points and stuff like that until it does certain tops. So um, we'll see where that goes. On the 4 hour, nothing too special, to be honest with you. I have seen some interesting action though here. Very fast drops here. Did recover a little bit. I'm just eyeing around here at this point. I'm not really doing anything too technical. I'm just kind of showing off what's going on. Let's see, weekly. Yeah, so this is what it's looking at weekly, and then the month. And if I get rid of some of the drawing for everybody, this is what it's looking like so far. So far so good, I guess. I will be on the lookout for my other indicators, see what happens. But yeah, this is basically just a video of a general checkup of what's been going on. So hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Bloodbound696. And hope you guys put opinions, comments, whatever you like, whatever you want to see. Just let me know. And I'll be seeing you.